What's up, world? Welcome to another installment of MC on the Sevens. Before I get started, click the subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so that you will get notification every time I hit publish on these videos. You'll be the first to know. The subject I want to talk to you about now is what it takes to buy a home as of April of 2018, because home buying rules can change at any time. Now, me and my wife have just finished purchasing a home. We've been in this home for a few weeks. We love it. We're glad we went through the process, but the process wasn't easy. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was. This is our first home together. This is my second home I purchased in my lifetime. Now, the first time I purchased a home, the process was real easy. I think because one person had good credit, the other person had earning potential, and it was first time home buyer. So to me, if I remember correctly, everything went smoothly. But after that housing market collapsed a few years back, where they screwed everybody out their home with these armed mortgages and people couldn't afford to pay them, and they let these houses go back, and now they changed the rules on what it takes to buy a house, and it's a lot that goes into it now. So when you hear these commercials about, oh, if you can pay rent, you can buy a home. It's true, but it's not as simple as they try to make it seem on the commercials. Now, what they'll do is you'll call them and tell them what you want, what you're paying for rent, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, we can get you in something. I'm sure we can work something. Tell me your situation, and you tell them details of your situation. They'll be like, oh, man, we can work with that. Oh, it sounds great. It sounds perfect for what we got for you. And then it's like, that's when they got you. Then it's like, okay, name, they want your ID, your social security number, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, have you purchased a home? Have you been pre-approved for loan and all that kind of stuff? And you were like, no. But then, like I said, you give them your information. They'll pre-approve you, and then you can go out and look for a house. You go look for a house, you find one you're happy with, everybody's rah-rah about it. You sign a name on a dotted line. They say, okay, this is your house. They put a big sold sign on it, and you're thinking, oh, I'm finna close in 30 days, when actually reality, nothing has been accomplished up until that point, but just you saying, this is the house I want, and now let's start the process. So once they actually finally run your credit, that's when everything happens. That's when everything comes up for past credit, what your credit score is, what you're paying now on credit cards and car loans, what your payment history is, all that kind of stuff is gonna pop up. Now I'm gonna say our information wasn't perfect, but it wasn't that bad. So instead of closing like a month, I think we closed in like closer to 2 months, a month and 3 weeks. So it was a little longer than I would like, than I was expecting. And they asked for a whole lot more stuff, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to tell you is how to be prepared to buy a home. Now, this is in no particular order, but just go with me. The first thing you must do, absolutely, positively have to do, is to make sure you clean up your credit. That means, number one, you want a score of over 700. Without a doubt. I don't care if they said that, yeah, they can get your house with a 500 score, a 600 score, a 650 or whatever. But no, if anything is lower than the 700, you will have problems. I'm telling you will have problems that will linger on for weeks on end. But if you have a credit score of 700 plus or 710, 720, I mean, you are pretty much halfway in the house. Now, let's say your credit is not that great. So should you hire somebody to clean up your credit? I would say no, because it's not like the old days when you were scared to pull your credit report because if you pull it more than once and your credit score will go down, so you would hire somebody to do it for you. Now it's too many videos, too many tutorials online to show you exactly how to do it. But the simple thing is, I would say is, one, keep your credit card debt to less than 15% of whatever the balance is. I mean, if you got like a $100 credit card, basically try to keep what you owe around about 15%. They'll say 30%, but I'll say 15% is safe. If you have old bills in collections with creditors, don't call the creditors, call the original company that you owed. Try to contact them first and see if you can get on a payment plan. If they allow you to do that payment plan, the first payment, once you send a payment in, they'll report to the credit bureau and your credit score will go up. And you have to have good recent credit history, which means like for the past, I say anywhere from 3 to 6 months to maybe even a year if you can, that you've been paying on whatever debts that you owe consistently every month on time and the right amount of payment, if not a little bit more payment. But again, you want your debt ratio to be real low. Another thing is to have 10 to 20% of the money that you need to buy the home in the bank already before, again, you go look for, before you do anything. Don't go by when the commercials say, oh, if you're paying $1,000 in rent, you can pay $1,000 in a home, because $1,000 home is nothing. You'd be better off standing apart paying $1,000 rent, because when you buy a home, yeah, you can say, oh, okay, it's $100,000 house, so my rent, so my mortgage is going to be $1,000. But no, you got to add on property taxes and insurance and stuff like that. So that $1,000 can jump up to anywhere from $1,600 to $1,800, yeah, $1,800 a month, just like that. But again, for the home, have anywhere from 10 to 20% down. So if you're getting a $100,000 house, you need to have $10,000 in the bank, or that's at 10%, so that's a minimum. So if you're getting a $200,000 house, it's good to have $20,000 in the bank. But again, if your credit score is above 700, you can do a whole lot more with that. Also, you have to show where all your money comes from, all of it. They want to know, make sure it comes from legitimate businesses. You can't have any loans from friends or family to help you. Say you got $10,000 in the bank and you need $12,000. Don't go borrowing money from your family and think that that's going to pass, because it's not. They want the money to be yours and yours alone. And you don't have to pay nobody back everything. They want everything to be yours. Best thing to do is also to get pre-approved before you go looking for a house. That means shop for lenders, have them bid on your business, and once they do that, it kind of guarantees you the best rate possible. Now this is for like existing dwellings. And if it was a brand new structure, it's probably best to go through the builder to get their interest rate. And also they give out discounts a lot of times that could be in the tens of thousands. And the last thing I believe that you definitely need to have is a stack of paperwork. Have all your paperwork, have all your documents readily available at the drop of a dime when they ask for it, because they will ask for it. I'm talking bank statements for the last 3-4 months, check stubs for the last couple of months, any kind of court orders you have, could be like child support, liens, judgments, all bank accounts, 401k, IRAs, any kind of properties that you may have. Have all this stuff ready, because they will ask for it. Now, if you have all that stuff ready, you should be able to pick out a house and be moved in within probably the 30 days that you were hoping for. Because truth be told, the 10 to 20% down that you would need for the house, they're not going to ask for it. It just needs to be in the bank, and plus you're going to need it when you get ready to buy new appliances and new furniture. You may be looking to buy a bigger automobile like a truck or something, because once you get a house, I mean, you got to put some work in, you know. But to me, it's worth it. The whole thing is worth it. And with that being said, I'd like for you to like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video. Definitely share it with people that you may know that's trying to purchase a home in the near future. I think the information would be very valuable to them, and maybe to you too. But until next time, with that said, peace out.